Well, welcome back to This Old Sword Blade Reviews. And we have a new brand today. This is Harnds, Harnds, Harnds. Difficult to pronounce it and let you hear all the letters, right? And I am very impressed with this blade in particular. This variant I got kind of checks all the boxes for me for a budget knife. It comes in at, let's see, $39.89 from Amazon. And it is a 14C28N blade, what appears to be kind of a light blue G10 handle, and the coating on the blade is a very interesting gray. This is the Harnds Assassin. It says it on the blade too, so think twice about getting in trouble with it. At any rate, a few of the specs, and a few aren't given, so a few I'm going to need to measure up. But we have a blade length on this one of a longish 3.78 inches. Overall, 8.89 inches. As I said, Sandvik steel, 14C28N. And closed length of 5.03 inches. G10 handle, as I mentioned. They're saying the pocket clip's titanium, but we'll check that out. So, first thing we're going to do is just get a thickness on this guy. We can back out a little bit. In two areas. Let's check the handle. 0.61 and the blade in millimeters. Call it 3.5 millimeters. See if we can get that in focus for you. 3.5. Yep. The action is amazing. Falls shut. On bearings. Extremely smooth. And I can do a little better job of getting in focus here. What is going on? There we go. Camera's having a little trouble with this color apparently. There we have a G10 partial backspacer. Here's the clip in question. It is steel, so I don't know why the conversation about titanium on the Amazon website, but not concerned. There's your Harnds branding. Not too bad. And there is the name Assassin in 14C28. Deep carry clip, not reversible unfortunately. Doesn't appear to be anyway. We have nothing there you can remove. That's like a back end of the screw cylinder holder, what have you. It is a small domed screw, but I've had it in and out of the pocket with no problem. It is heavily weight relieved, as you can see, on both sides very nicely. Let's weigh it up. We've got 3.915 ounces. Pretty light for a blade this long. Again, the action is really nice. we've got some nice machined detailing here. Interesting pivot with what it looks like a slotted area, but I think it's more of a design, unless there's a special tool that goes on there. We're going to maybe call it some kind of a manufacturer's mark. T8 on the pivot side, flat pivot. Very little of the knife sticks out of the pocket when you have it in there. As I say, a really nice gray finish. Useful jimping on the blade. It grabs you quite nicely. Mostly open back. No provision for a lanyard, unless you want to use the hole in the clip there. Could, I suppose. Just the action really impressed me, and at that price point, there are a few knives out there, manufacturers, that are, here I go, hitting my reflector again. It's going to be like a regular thing. It's going to be all strafed. There are some manufacturers out there that give you as nice an action. Certainly Best Tech is one of them, but they're more up in the 50s with folders like the Mako and so forth. We've got a small amount of jimping on the flipper tab, and it really doesn't protrude very much. This is a slim knife in the pocket. Just really, really smooth. Let's see what the detent's like. Can't fail it. Let's try it again. Yeah, one thing I noticed is this came through just really well tuned. Long, slender-ish blade, kind of a drop point. Swedge on the top. The edge is a smooth but quite sharp edge. I'm not going to haul out the paper. Maybe I should keep a piece handy, but my guess would be it would slice paper quite nicely because it's a smooth razor sharp edge. It is not a aggressive edge like you have on some of the Spydercos when they come through. And I think with the name Assassin, except for the bluish color, this is kind of a knife that, as you can see by my black background, it tends to sort of merge with it. The cameras even having problems focusing. It's kind of a muted, understated color combo. This does come, I believe, in a black blade and black handle, or it might be a black handle and a satin blade. You can check that out. But I just find the combo very pleasing from an aesthetic appeal. Let's see, we've got pretty good handle to blade ratio. I mean, perfectly centered. Really, really nice. Springy clip. Steel clip, as I had shown you before. It's got the Harnds stamped in it. Not really, doesn't really stand out. It's pretty muted again. And I would call this a blue-gray, which is one of my favorite G10 colors. Boy, I'm having trouble focusing today. There we go. Sluggish. And we've got what Best Tech puts on some of their blades is a kind of a recess there for your finger, kind of what Zelric likes to call from Todd Knife and Tool a landing pad. And it was nice that they put that feature in for 40 bucks. I mean, that's darn nice. Well, this is my first Harnds knife, and I'm thinking of getting at least one more, especially at that price point. Locks up really tight. Let's take a look at it next to a few others of the usuals. Well, let me take out my carry knife today, which is the Boost from Benchmade. As you can see, this is longer overall than the Boost. This is, close to a 9-inch knife. Let's take a look at it next to the Grip Tillion. And again, it is considerably longer than the Grip Tillion. And how about one more? The big guy on the block. Rat Model 1 from Ontario. And it is longer than the Rat 10. Or Rat 10. Rat 1. Longer blade. And comparably lengthed handle. So in my book, highly recommended. This particular model, and maybe the manufacturer in general. It is a Chinese-made knife, I believe, so that could stop you. But if it doesn't bother you, then I would say, this is right in there with the budget line from Best Tech, from even Civivi. I'd say Civivi's got nothing over this for fit and finish and function, smoothness, lockup, carry. So CJRB, same thing. I think even some of CJRB's stuff isn't quite as good as this. So again, that's my opinion. My opinion is certainly not going to masquerade as your fact or your opinion. So at any rate, rather than go on and on and on, I'll leave it at that. And hope you like this. Give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. This Old Sword, signing out.